This is going to be a video on factoring quadratics using generic rectangles. In this problem, or in this video, I have two generic rectangles. The first one is 6x squared plus 15x plus 2x plus 5. Notice that I can combine my x family, my 15x, and my 2x to make 17x. So I've written this down as 6x squared plus 17x plus 5. When I factor a quadratic using a generic rectangle, what I always like to do is look at my bottom row first. In my bottom row I have 6x squared and 15x. Well, 6 and 15 have a common factor of 3, and x squared and x have a common factor of x. So I can factor a 3x out of my bottom row. If this length is 3x and my area is 6x squared, I know that this length in the bottom has to be 2x, because 3x times 2x is equal to 6x squared. Since this is a rectangle, I know that this length also has to be 2x. If this length is 2x and my area is 2x, I know that my length right here is going to have to be 1. The last step is to find the length on the bottom right hand side, or the bottom of the right there. I know that this length is 3x and I know my area is 15x. Well, I know that this is going to have to be 5 because 3 times 5 is going to be 15, and I already have an x, so 3x times 5x is equal to 15x. To check that I did my work correctly, I know that this length is 5 and this length is 1, and if I multiply those together, I end up getting 5. So I can rewrite that, this product or sum in two different ways. I can write it either as 3x plus 1 times 2x plus 5, or I can switch the order and write that like this. I can write it as 2x plus 5 times 3x plus 1. Let's look at the other example. In this problem, my generic rectangle is 10x squared plus 15x minus 6x and minus 9. If I combine my x family again, 15x and negative 6x are going to make positive 9x. So to rewrite this as a sum, it's 10x squared plus 9x minus 9. I want to write it as a product, so I'm going to factor with my generic rectangle. On the bottom row I have a 10x squared and negative 6. Well, 2 factors both 10 and negative 6, and x factors x squared and x. So I can factor 2x out of that bottom row. If this length right there is 2x and my area is 10x squared, this length is going to have to be 5x, because 2x times 5x is equal to 10x squared. Since it's a rectangle, I know that this length is also 5x. 5x times 3 is going to be 15x. And since this is a rectangle here, I know that this length also has to be 2x. Well, 2x times my negative 3 is going to be negative 6x. And I can check my last box by taking negative 3, which is the length right there, and positive 3, which is the length right here, and getting a product of negative 9. Again, I can write this in two ways. I can write this as 2x plus 3 times 5x minus 3, or I can write that as 5x minus 3 times 2x plus 3.